Do you remember 2.4, children? The sitcom once made us laugh and feel so much, but behind the scenes there were stories few people ever knew. From mysterious disappearances to sudden deaths, the truth about what happened to some of the cast might surprise you. So what are they doing now after all these years? Gary Olsen, as Ben Porter. Gary Olsen was born on November 3, 1957, in London, England. At 33 years old, he played Ben Porter, the good-hearted but often bewildered father in 2.4 Children. His warm humor and effortless comic timing turned Ben into one of the most beloved characters in the series. Behind that relaxed on-screen personality was a childhood marked by loss. Gary's parents, Patricia and Kenny, died when he was still young, leaving him to grow up with his aunt and uncle. The sudden absence of his parents forced him to mature quickly and shaped the quiet determination that followed him into adulthood. He joined youth theater groups and later toured with independent companies, slowly building a career. Early television appearances followed, including roles in The Bill and The Drama Prospects, though widespread recognition still seemed distant. His personal life experienced both hope and change. In 1985, Gary married Candy Davis, later known as crime writer Mo Hader, but the marriage eventually ended. In 1991, he married Jane Anthony, an Australian woman who later became the mother of his 2 children. During these years, his career finally reached a turning point with 2.4 Children. Then a shocking diagnosis arrived in 2000. Gary Olsen was told he had cancer. The news came suddenly, just as his career seemed secure and his family life stable. Treatment followed quickly, but the illness progressed with frightening speed, forcing him to step away from acting only months after the diagnosis. Gary Olsen died on September 12, 2000, in Victoria, Australia, at the age of 42 after a 10-month battle with cancer. His death stunned fans who still associated him with the warm, humorous father he played for 8 seasons on television. At the time of his passing, his estimated net worth was around $2 million, earned through television, film, and theater. Belinda Lang as Bill Porter. Belinda Lang was born on December 23, 1953, in Marylebone, London, England. At 37 years old, she played Bill Porter, the sharp, outspoken mother who controlled the chaotic Porter household, in 2.4 Children. Her sarcastic humor and commanding presence helped define the energy of the sitcom and quickly made Bill Porter one of the most unforgettable characters in the series. That confidence on screen grew from a childhood surrounded by acting. Belinda was raised by 2 performers, actor Jeremy Hawke and actress Joan Heel. Yet the industry did not welcome her immediately. In her early 20s, she faced repeated rejection and struggled to convince directors she could carry a major role. Gradually, television opportunities followed, including roles in Dear John and The Bretts, performances that finally placed her in front of a national audience. Success, however, came with its own tension. In 1988, Belinda married actor Hugh Fraser, whom she met while working on The Bretts. Their relationship developed while both were navigating busy acting careers. During the peak years of 2.4 Children, long filming schedules often collided with family life, forcing her to balance television work, theater performances, and raising their daughter Lily. As of 2026, Belinda Lang is 73 years old and still connected to the entertainment world. She continues to appear occasionally on television, including a recurring role as Mrs. Clam in Sister Boniface Mysteries, and contributes to audio storytelling projects like the podcast Wooden Overcoats. After more than 50 years in acting, her estimated net worth stands at about $5 million, built from television, theater, and voice work. Liz Smith as Bette. Liz Smith was born on December 11, 1921, in Crosby, Lincolnshire, England. At 70 years old, she played Bette, one of the eccentric elderly sisters who frequently disrupted the Porter family's calm, in 2.4 Children. Her dry humor and unforgettable expressions added a unique layer of chaos and charm to the sitcom. Her early life was marked by deep loss. Liz's mother died when she was only 2 years old, and after her father remarried, he was cut off from her life. She was raised by her widowed grandmother and grew up facing financial hardship and emotional loneliness. For years, she worked ordinary jobs, even selling toys in a shop, before acting finally changed her life when director Mike Leigh cast her in the film Bleak Moments. That moment, when she was nearly 50, unexpectedly launched her acting career. Her personal life also carried heavy responsibility. In 1945, she married Jack Thomas, whom she met while serving in India. The marriage later ended in divorce in 1959, leaving Liz to raise their 2 children alone. Supporting a family as a single mother during that time was extremely difficult, and she faced both financial pressure and social criticism. Despite those struggles, she continued pursuing acting roles, appearing in projects such as I Didn't Know You Cared and later the film A Private Function, which earned her a BAFTA Award for Best Supporting Actress in 1984. Her career continued growing even in her later years. In the 1990s, she appeared in 2.4 Children, then reached a new generation of viewers through beloved roles such as Letitia Cropley in The Vicar of Dibley and Nana in The Royal Family. As she aged, her health gradually weakened, and in 2009 she suffered several strokes that forced her to retire from acting at the age of 87. Liz Smith died on December 24, 2016, at her home in Worthing, West Sussex, at the age of 95 from natural causes. By the end of her life, she had become one of Britain's most cherished character actresses, with an estimated net worth of around $4 million earned through decades of television and film. Julia Hills as Rona Harris. Julia Hills was born on April 3, 1957, in Nottingham, England. At 34 years old, she played Rona Harris, the eccentric, sharp-tongued neighbor who constantly stirred chaos around the Porter family, in 2.4 Children. Her unpredictable humor added a surprising edge to the sitcom and made Rona one of the most memorable supporting characters throughout all 8 seasons. That lively character grew out of a childhood shaped by education and theater. Julia studied English and drama at the University of Bristol, graduating in 1978 before stepping onto the stage professionally. The early years were demanding. She worked tirelessly in theater companies, joining the Royal Shakespeare Company and performing in productions such as The Winter's Tale and All's Well That Ends Well. Recognition began to follow when she earned an Olivier Award nomination for the musical The Hired Man. These stage roles built her reputation long before television audiences discovered her. While her career expanded, Julia's personal life also developed within the same theatrical world. She married actor and director Paul Clarkson, whom she met during theater work connected to The Hired Man. Their marriage grew alongside their creative careers, and together they raised 3 children, including actor Stuart Clark and comedian Abby Clark. Yet maintaining stability was never simple. Theater tours, television schedules, and raising a family demanded constant balance. Her career continued to evolve with a strong return to theater. Audiences saw her in productions like King Lear, The Cherry Orchard, and later the stage adaptation of Agatha Christie's The Mirror Cracked. Each role reinforced her reputation as a versatile stage actress who could command both comedy and classical drama. As of 2026, Julia Hills is 69 years old and remains active in British theater and television. She continues appearing in stage productions and occasional television roles while also supporting the careers of her children in the entertainment industry. After decades of consistent work across stage, television, and radio, her estimated net worth is around $3 million, built from a long career that quietly but steadily placed her among the respected performers of British comedy and theater. Roger Lloyd Pack as Jake the Klingon. Roger Lloyd Pack was born on February 8, 1944 in Islington, London, England. At 47 years old, he played Jake the Klingon Klinger, the stubborn plumber and Ben Porter's sworn rival, in 2.4 Children. Jake's petty feuds and loud one-liners gave the show an extra villain-next-door spark that viewers loved to hate. That sharp comic edge was forged early. Roger grew up as the son of actor Charles Lloyd Pack, with a refugee mother, Ulrike Elizabeth Pulai, and the pressure to belong in the arts could feel heavier than applause. He pushed through it at Bedales, then trained at RADA, graduating in 1965, and started working the hard theater circuit before TV finally caught up. Years later, he became immortal as Trigger in Only Fools and Horses, then shocked audiences again as Owen Newitt in The Vicar of Dibley. His love life was complicated, not glossy. Roger first married Sheila Ball, and the relationship ended in divorce in 1972, leaving scars and responsibilities, including his daughter, actress Emily Lloyd. He later found a steadier chapter when he married poet and playwright Jehane Markham in 2000, while still carrying the weight of a career that never slowed down. Even when he turned up in massive projects like Harry Potter and The Goblet of Fire and Doctor Who as John Lumick, he always felt like a working actor first. One more audition, one more rehearsal, one more night under the lights. Then came the diagnosis that didn't care about legacy. Roger developed pancreatic cancer, a disease known for moving fast and stealing time in silence. Work that once felt routine suddenly became a countdown. Roger Lloyd Pack died on January 16, 2014, at 69 years old, from pancreatic cancer, at his home in Kentish Town, London. His funeral was held at St. Paul's, Covent Garden, and he was buried at Highgate Cemetery, East, a resting place that quietly matched his status as a British screen legend. By the end, his estimated net worth was around $5 million, but the real inheritance was the strange magic of characters like Trigger and Jake, men who looked simple, then stayed in your memory for life. John Pickard, as David Porter. John Pickard was born on November 2, 1977, in London, England. At 14 years old, he played David Porter, the teenage son navigating family chaos in 2.4 Children. His portrayal helped represent the perspective of young viewers and gave the Porter family story a generational voice. His early life quickly became tied to acting. Growing up in London, John entered the entertainment world at a young age and soon discovered the pressure that came with it. Balancing school life with auditions and filming schedules was not easy, and competition among young actors was intense. Still, he continued pursuing television work and gradually built experience, appearing in productions such as The Bill and other British dramas that helped him gain confidence on screen. As he grew older, the greatest challenge was escaping the shadow of his childhood role. Many young actors struggle to transition into adult characters, and John faced the same obstacle after 2.4 Children ended. Determined not to disappear from television, he pursued new opportunities and eventually found lasting recognition with the long-running soap Hollyoaks, where he played Dominic Riley. The role gave him a second career breakthrough and allowed audiences to see him as a mature actor rather than a child star. As of 2026, John Pickard is 49 years old and continues working in television and theater in the United Kingdom. His long association with Hollyoaks remains the cornerstone of his adult career, allowing him to maintain a stable presence in British entertainment. Through decades of steady work on television, his estimated net worth is around $1 million, reflecting a career built on persistence rather than sudden fame. David Kelly as Paddy. David Kelly was born on July 11, 1929, in Dublin, Ireland. At 62 years old, he played Paddy, the cafe owner whose small scenes still stole attention, in 2.4 Children. Paddy brought a warm, grounded, everyday Dublin flavor to the show, the kind of presence that makes a sitcom world feel real. That warmth came from a childhood that demanded toughness. David was raised in a Catholic school environment in Dublin while his family dealt with money pressures, so he learned early that dreams had to be earned. He started acting at 8 years old at the Gaiety Theatre, then trained at the Abbey School of Acting, building a craft that mixed grit with charm. Behind the scenes, his home life was steady, but never easy. David married actress Laurie Morton in 1961, and they raised two children, David and Miriam, while his career kept pulling him from stage to set to studio. He kept working because acting wasn't a phase for him. It was survival and identity. Even in later years, he could flip from lovable to unforgettable, becoming Grandpa Joe in Charlie and the Chocolate Factory and proving again that late career fame can hit just as hard as early stardom. His health, however, became the harsh limit. David struggled with chronic lung problems, and breathing itself turned into a quiet daily battle, one that makes every performance feel like borrowed time. When illness struck near the end, it didn't arrive with drama. It arrived with weakness, fatigue, and the kind of reality no script can soften. David Kelly died on February 12, 2012, at 82 years old, after a short illness linked to lung disease, with reports citing pneumonia at the end. A Catholic funeral mass was held in Dublin, and he was cremated at Mount Jerome Cemetery and Crematorium, a final farewell fitting for a man often called the grand old man of Irish acting. His estimated net worth was around $4 million, earned across decades of theater, TV, and film. But his real fortune was the way he could enter a scene for minutes and leave it feeling like he'd always belonged there. Clare Buckfield as Jenny Porter. Clare Buckfield was born on April 10, 1976, in London, England. At 17 years old, she played Jenny Porter, the outspoken teenage daughter caught in the chaos of the Porter household, in 2.4 Children. Her lively personality added youthful energy to the sitcom and helped keep the family story relatable to younger audiences. Her journey into acting began very early, alongside her identical twin sister, Julie Buckfield. Both girls dreamed of becoming actresses and were sent to auditions from childhood. Clare later trained at the Sylvia Young Theatre School, but competition in the industry was fierce, and even rivalry with her twin sometimes intensified the pressure. Her first real television recognition came from the CBBC series Grange Hill, where she played Natasha Stevens, before she secured the role of Jenny Porter in 2.4 Children. At the same time, her private life also attracted attention. In 1993, she began a long relationship with TV presenter Declan Donnelly, one half of the famous Ant and Dec duo. Their relationship lasted nearly 10 years and frequently placed her in the media spotlight. Meanwhile, Clare continued expanding her career on stage, performing in productions such as Grease as Sandy and touring in The Little Shop of Horrors, showing that she could move beyond sitcom acting. Another dramatic moment came in 2007 when she joined the ITV competition Dancing on Ice. Intense rehearsals caused several injuries, including a painful muscle strain under her ribcage. Despite the pain, she continued competing and surprised viewers by reaching the final, finishing second place with one of the highest scores of the season. As of 2026, Clare Buckfield is 50 years old and continues working in theater, television appearances, and voice projects. After decades in entertainment, her estimated net worth is around $2 million, built from television roles, stage performances, and media work. For many viewers, she remains the unforgettable Jenny Porter, who brought youthful fire to 2.4 Children. Georgina Cates as Jenny Porter. Georgina Cates was born on January 14, 1975, in Colchester, Essex, England. At 16 years old, she played Jenny Porter, the rebellious teenage daughter in the early episodes of 2.4 Children. Her performance introduced the character that later became central to the Porter family storyline. She first worked under her birth name, Clare Woodgate, but soon realized the entertainment industry required reinvention. Determined to stand out, she adopted the name Georgina Cates and moved toward film roles beyond British television. Her breakthrough came with the film An Awfully Big Adventure in 1995, which opened doors to international projects, including later appearances in films like Bad Grandpa. Her personal life soon entered the spotlight when she married actor Skeet Ulrich in 1997. The couple later had twins, Jacob and Naya, while both pursued acting careers in the United States. Over time, the pressures of work and distance strained their relationship, and the marriage ended in divorce in 2005, marking a difficult turning point in her life. Following that chapter, Georgina continued working in film and independent productions, including projects such as Everlasting, while gradually moving toward work behind the camera. These roles allowed her to remain active in the industry even as Hollywood opportunities shifted. As of 2026, Georgina Cates is 51 years old and still connected to the film industry through acting and production projects. Her estimated net worth is around $1.5 million, reflecting years of steady work across television and cinema. Although her time on the sitcom was brief, she is still remembered as the original Jenny Porter who first brought the character to life. Kim Benson as Christine Atkins. Kim Benson was born on July 3, 1965, in St. Pancras, London, England. At 26 years old, she played Christine Atkins, one of the young supporting characters connected to the Porter family's world, in 2.4 Children. Though her role was smaller, it contributed to the expanding circle of personalities that kept the sitcom lively. Her early career began with small television appearances while she was still young. Like many British actors starting out, she faced constant auditions and uncertainty before landing steady work. Gradually, she began appearing in television dramas and comedy series, building experience through projects such as Kids and later roles connected to long-running British productions. These early roles helped her establish a foothold in the industry, even though widespread recognition remained limited. Her personal life brought both stability and later heartbreak. Kim married Andrew Ian Dodge in 2007, and the couple remained together for several years. Their marriage ended tragically when Andrew passed away on August 1, 2014, leaving her to navigate life after a sudden loss. Professionally, Kim continued appearing in television and independent productions, including connections to major British series such as Emmerdale. As of 2026, Kim Benson is 61 years old and continues to work in acting and occasional screen projects. Over the years, she has built an estimated net worth of around $1 million, earned through television, film appearances, and stage work. Annette Badland as Dawn. Annette Badland was born on August 26, 1950, in Edgbaston, Birmingham, England. At 41 years old, she played Dawn, one of the bold and unpredictable women connected to the Porter family, in 2.4 Children. Her sharp presence added another layer of eccentric humor that helped enrich the chaotic world of the sitcom. Her passion for acting began during childhood in Birmingham, though money was often tight in the household. Determined to follow her dream, Annette trained at East 15 Acting School. Her early professional years were spent performing in theater, joining companies such as the Royal Shakespeare Company, and appearing in productions like As You Like It and The Winter's Tale. These demanding stage roles built her reputation long before television audiences discovered her. As her career expanded, Annette also built a stable personal life with her husband, David Hatton, living in London while balancing theater and television work. During the 1990s, she appeared in numerous productions, including The Rise and Fall of Little Voice, a stage performance that earned her an Olivier Award nomination in 1993. At the same time, she continued taking television roles, gradually becoming a familiar face in British entertainment. Her career later reached a much wider audience through television dramas. She appeared in Doctor Who, EastEnders, and later gained international recognition playing Mrs. Fitzgibbons in Outlander and Dr. Fleur Perkins in Midsummer Murders. These roles showed her ability to move between comedy, drama, and mystery, making her one of the most recognizable character actresses on British television. As of 2026, Annette Badland is 76 years old and continues acting in television, film, and theater projects. In recent years, she has also reached global audiences through the series Ted Lasso, where she plays May Green. After decades of steady work across stage and screen, her estimated net worth is around $3 million, built from a long career that began in theater and grew into an international television presence. Sandra Dickinson as Tina. Sandra Dickinson was born on October 20th, 1948, in Washington, D.C., United States. At 43 years old, she played Tina, one of the lively and quirky characters surrounding the Porter family, in 2.4 Children. Her comedic style and distinctive voice added a playful energy that fit perfectly within the sitcom's unpredictable world. Her early life was not always easy. Growing up in Maryland, Sandra was often teased for her platinum blonde hair and high-pitched voice. Those experiences pushed her to develop a sense of humor and confidence that later became central to her acting style. After moving to the United Kingdom and training at the Central School of Speech and Drama, she began building a career with roles in television and film, including appearances in The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy and movies such as Superman 3. Her personal life drew attention when she married actor Peter Davison in 1978. The couple became a familiar pair in British theater and television and had a daughter, Georgia Tennant, who later followed them into acting. Their marriage lasted until 1994, and the divorce became a difficult chapter in her life. Years later, Sandra found stability again when she married musician and actor Mark Osmond in 2009, and the couple later worked together in theater productions and arts education. Alongside acting, Sandra built a strong reputation as a voice performer. She provided voices for numerous animated and children's productions, including roles in The World of Peter Rabbit and Friends, Teletubbies, and the animated film Balto. Her ability to switch between television acting, film roles, and voice work kept her career active across several decades. As of 2026, Sandra Dickinson is 78 years old and still connected to the entertainment industry. She continues voice acting, stage appearances, and helps run the Close-Up Theater School with her husband in the UK. After a long career across film, television, and voice work, her estimated net worth is around $2 million, reflecting a lifetime spent performing for audiences on both sides of the Atlantic. After 35 years since 2.4 Children first aired in 1991, the cast has changed in ways many fans never expected. Some continued acting for decades, while others faced personal struggles, illness, or heartbreaking losses. So which cast member surprised you the most after all these years? Let us know in the comments, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more then and now stories.